Sports Radio 1310 The Ticket.
The story I'm about to tell you involves danger, death, and it's in my neighborhood. And I think this is a big enough story.
Are cops on to you yet?
I think this is a big enough story that you will see the story I'm about to tell on local news. I have not seen this on any local television station, have not seen it reported by any local newspaper. But what I'm about to tell you is so spectacular that I think it will garner more media coverage.
Okay.
I take you back to 2007. A family moved out to southern Denton County. Within a year or so, as I was driving to work early one morning, I was on the phone with one Mike Fernandez.
Okay.
And as we were talking, as we do every morning, because I tell him I'm up and on my way in, so he didn't have to wake me up and I missed the show.
What are you wearing right now?
I have a long we tell each other what we're wearing, and then we go on about our day.
Pull them down.
I said, holy cow, Fernando, I just saw a mountain lion. And he said, no. And I said, yes, it just went right in front of my truck. I've told that story a number of times. People who live around me believe it. Everyone up here has never believed me. So we've gone through the years, and I've heard stories of the mountain lion sightings around town. And I've heard a few of them more recently, like within the last 6 months. And so when I go to work in the morning, I have this fear as I walk outside the garage and walk to my truck. It's not a very long walk, but as I do, every morning I fear that this mountain lion has been watching me for about 10 years now. And we have this neighborhood watch that a lot of people have, that website people have put news of the day up there.
What's that app called or website?
Neighbors
Go.
Hot dogs.
Neighbors Hot Dogs.
Neighbors Hot Dog. We'll go with that.
Mm-hmm.
So last week, someone got on there and posted this picture. I just put it up on Twitter. This was spotted about, I think I know where this barn is. A guy got a picture of this animal in his barn, and there's more information I'm about to give you. That is a mountain lion, ladies and gentlemen.
Hold on.
And a barn,
I'll be the judge of this.
and a barn that's within a mile of my house. That is one big kitty cat, and it is sitting down in this guy's barn.
That's a bobcat.
That is not a bobcat.
That is a bobcat, sir.
No, you're seeing spots. That's the grainy video or the grainy picture that's taken.
That's a bobcat.
It's not a bobcat because, listen, there's other pictures that were taken from this barn, and it shows up close it's a mountain lion.
I know bobcats, George.
That's a bobcat.
Yeah, that is not a bobcat. Don't argue with me. That is because, listen, furthermore, there's other pictures of him that I can post if you want me to. It's a clear mountain lion looking right at this camera. It is a mountain lion.
Post more.
I knew you would doubt the story.
I'm
trying to be hot.
There may be a mountain lion up there,
but
but I think that particular picture
I hosted
is
Mutual
a
of
bobcat.
Omaha's Wild Kingdom. I'm Gordon Keith, and that's no mountain
How did
lion.
you know
I knew
that?
you would say that, but that is a mountain lion. There's more pictures of him. And once that picture was posted, 2 other people got on that site and said, yeah, I lost one of my goats this week.
Indeed.
Dragged him out of the barn. There were huge paw prints outside of the barn. Another said, yes, I saw that mountain lion just last week, and the location he mentioned is about a quarter mile from my house. I don't know if it's the same mountain lion I saw, whatever it was, 8-9 years ago, but we got a mountain lion in my town. And here's the thing about mountain lions. Here's the thing.
They're gay.
They're blind. No, they're not blind. I guess they could be gay, but they travel a long ways. So he may be hanging out around our place for the next few days or few weeks, and then he could be in Granbury here in a couple of weeks. They say they have a range of about 150 miles or so.
I'm looking at this picture a little bit closer.
Trust me, dude, it's a mountain lion.
Does it really matter?
Well,
if
I
it's a
don't want to
mountain
trust
lion
you.
or
I want to
bobcat?
actually investigate it.
What's the difference?
What's that?
The big difference.
about 100 pounds?
Okay,
Yeah.
but I mean,
Huge
they're
difference.
both dangerous.
Yeah, but not as
dangerous.
the mountain lion is more dangerous.
A bobcat is not going to mess with a human, I don't think.
Okay,
don't think.
As I look at this picture, it does look like a bobcat, but then when I look closer at its hindquarters,
It's
like the back
huge.
leg, that looks like a tail that is wrapped around the haunches there.
Yeah.
Which that is, a bobcat does not have that long of a tail.
Right.
So
it's a mountain lion, trust me. And a number of people have seen it. There's other pictures of this thing up close and personal. So it got me thinking, okay, what is the likelihood that he will see Jub walking to his pickup truck and think there's a Jub sandwich for breakfast? I think decent. He's within a half mile. If he jumped on my back,
breakfast.
Would he have breakfast, or would I be able to fight off the mountain lion? Keep in mind that I'm now going to my truck in a defensive position.
Right.
I've got knees flexed, hands out, and ready to go into some sort of kung fu.
Well, have you studied up on how to defend yourself against a mountain lion?
No, I'm just going to trust the force.
Okay. See, that you got to be prepared.
I'm not a Jedi?
No. If you
fail
fail to prepare to fail. Because I don't know if it's the same as a dog attack, if you're supposed to respond the same way, but give the mountain lion something to sink its teeth into, which would be your non-dominant forearm.
Okay.
That way you have at least you have the other 3 appendages to fight
just
them.
Pummeling with my right hand.
Right. And you should choke him out. I've heard...
I don't think I could choke out this cat. This is not the same size cat, the guy that got it in Colorado.
Yeah, that kitten that he killed.
That was still impressive.
Yeah,
that was still pretty impressive.
It's not nothing, but it wasn't what we thought it was when he first announced, I killed the world's biggest mountain lion. You found out that it hadn't opened its eyes yet. I'm still dragging on the teeth.
It wasn't that young.
But no, so you should give him your forearm to chomp down on.
Okay. So I'm going to lose my left arm.
The problem is you got to close the gap on this guy quickly. Otherwise, his feet are just going to start ripping you to shreds.
So be the aggressor.
Yeah, I think that you have to be
Go
the aggressor.
Right at him. Meet him in the hole.
Lay on top of him. You have the weight advantage on him.
Yeah.
So you lay on top of him and get that right hand around onto his trachea and just start squeezing.
What if I went
while he's
to
latched
the truck
onto your left arm?
Would I have a chance with a 7-iron if I'm in a defensive position and he comes at me, trying to leap at me, and I've got the 7-iron?
No, because I think you're going to have one swing and you're going to whiff.
I can hit a golf ball. I'm going to be able to hit a mountain lion.
Because you'll be so panicked, and the thing will slip out of your hands, so you'll fling it about 40 yards, and then this thing is on you. And you're going out there, you're not wearing like Kevlar long sleeves or anything. You're just wearing shorts, cargo shorts, and a T-shirt.
And a North Texas T-shirt.
And flip-flops. It is the worst mountain fighting get-up.
There have been 125 attacks by a mountain lion in North America in the last 100 years, so it doesn't happen very often. But 27 fatalities. And I keep thinking about that case in Washington where those 2 hikers one got injured and one got eaten.
Yeah.
And they attacked the first guy, and the other guy started running.
Yeah,
and that's
to go get help.
Get help, and that's the guy who got it.
Yeah, because he was running. It activated the mountain lion's predator instinct.
Yeah,
and prey drive. So I get a communication here from Scott, who is our P1 who owns a horse farm. Horse farm?
Near where I live?
Horse ranch.
Mm-hmm.
And he says he has a horse in training that as a yearling was attacked by a mountain lion. And the mountain lion was later caught on a game camera.
Yeah.
And these owners live just north of Bonham.
Oh,
so
okay.
there's a mountain lion that's in the Bonham area.
There was one just killed west of Fort Worth. I'm telling you, this is a mountain lion. Too many people have seen it around me.
But the strange thing is, when you look at the mountain lion's range here in Texas, they don't look like they come up this way. Why don't they update the map that shows...
Well, I'm telling you, 40 miles makes a big difference. I don't know if... I haven't heard of a mountain lion sighting in Dallas or Farmers Branch, but out in Denton County, Tarrant County, Cook County, Montague, you're going to get mountain lion sightings for sure.
Yeah, but it's just looking like they're not... so are they all over Texas?
Yeah. They're native to Texas. Yeah.
I know there's a lot of cougars up Frisco way.
Those are bobcats, sir.
Those are cougars.
Not the ones that go see petty theft on a Friday night. I'm talking about real cats.
Yeah.
And we have a live mountain lion near us. Would you like? Here's my other idea.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to come out? And I don't think it'd be a good idea in my neighborhood, but I have a big ranch behind me. It's not ours, but we butt up right to a ranch, and maybe we go out there and we duct tape one of my cats to a tree to draw in the mountain lion.
Yeah.
Then we
It
clobber
needs
him.
live bait. Yes. Yeah. And then you wait for him to attack, and then you jump out with your 7-iron. Okay, I have what you're supposed to do if you encounter a mountain lion.
Okay. Scream?
No. Pick up small children to prevent them from running or triggering a rush or attack.
Okay. I'll be by myself probably.
Stay calm.
Okay.
Talk calmly and slowly back away.
Hey, man. I don't want any trouble, man. No
keeping
trouble.
eye contact with the mountain lion.
Okay.
So this is one of those animals that you are supposed
look
to make.
right into their eyes.
Yes. It says, do not run or turn your back. Do what you can to appear larger by raising your arms, waving a stick, or gaining weight at an all-you-can-eat buffet.
Well, I do that anyway.
If the lion is aggressive, throw rocks or sticks and speak firmly and loudly.
Let me tell you something, mountain lion.
Fight back.
This is not going to happen.
If a lion attacks you, lions can be driven off by fighting back. Do not play dead. So this is one of the animals where you're not supposed to play dead.
Come over this weekend. Let's have live action. Let's see if we can.
No, I'm not interested
we'll have a
in this
camp
fight.
out. It'll be fun.
And this says,
No more capping.
report all aggressive mountain lion behavior. Don't give him a pass. Don't say,
Report
hey,
it.
look, it's a younger one. He's still learning. He's, come on, we all make mistakes. Don't do that. You need to report it.
Lee, we have so many experts on Twitter. Bobcat.
Oh, well, see.
They don't know. It's
I
a
don't
mountain
know.
lion, people.
I think there's a good possibility it's a bobcat.
It is a mountain lion.
I don't
it
know.
took a goat's life last week.
Why
And there's
can't you
paw
say
prints.
it just killed a goat?
Okay, I'll put out the other
Why is
pictures
it-
for all you fart heads that think that's a bobcat. Y'all have no idea what you're talking about.
Boy, a lot of people saying bobcat.
Yeah, bobcat. Yeah, bobcat.
Yeah, I thought it looked like a bobcat too until I noticed that the tail was wrapped
the
around.
big ass tail that looks like something on Lion King. Yes,
I wouldn't call
it's
it
a
big
mountain
ass
lion.
tail, but it's bigger than a bobcat's tail.
All right. Well, that's the live action story I wanted to tell you.
Boy, here's one guy who says bobcat all day, Georgio. Sorry.
yeah?
I've hunted cats all over everywhere and killed dozens of bobcats, and that's one of them.
No, it's not.
There may be a lion, but
What?
that's not it.
Yes, it is.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Oversold.
Ooh, I'm back.
What do you know about bobcats and mountain lions, Fernando? You're from New
I
Jersey.
went to Ohio University. We're the Bobcats.
That's a fake bobcat
cheap
mascot
tie-in.
you have.
The ticket.
Last Tuesday, I introduced a picture of a big cat that was seen in a barn near where I live. And this was put out on this Neighborhood Watch site, just has all sorts of news, and rarely do you see a picture on it, but in this case it was a picture. And this picture was, I guess, publicized as a mountain lion. Hey, beware, there's a mountain lion in our area. So I took the picture, brought it here to work, put it out on Twitter. And that day, last Tuesday, we pretty much broke Twitter because it immediately turned in from us talking about, hey, wow, there's a mountain lion. See, I told you, when I moved out to southern Denton County 11 years ago, I was driving into work one morning, and I saw a mountain lion pass right in front of me. I was talking to Fernando at the time. I said, you're not going to believe this, but a mountain lion just went in front of me. And I know the difference between a mountain lion and a bobcat. This was a big cat. This cat was big enough to go from the left side of my truck to the right side. He was huge. And I don't know, I was probably 10 feet away from him. I had to brake, otherwise I would have hit him. Well, since then, I've had a lot of doubt. I wasn't a mountain lion. You didn't see a mountain lion. We don't have mountain lions around these parts. I say, yeah, we do. I've heard people talk about them. We also had an attack near my house, too, of a goat that was killed.
Was it in the water?
It wasn't in the water. It was in a barn. And
Goat in
this
the water.
large cat dragged it out and killed it. So we talked about this, and Gordo very perceptively said, I don't know if that's a mountain lion. And then we went into a Georgio Gordo argument. We were going back and forth. It's a mountain lion. It's a bobcat. It's a mountain lion. It's a bobcat. P1's joined in on it, and it's been this week-long debate. And I would give you this, Gordo. I would say it's probably 80%, 85% that is a bobcat, not a mountain lion.
Obviously.
Okay, this is a lot more than you would give me at the time.
Yes, well,
For some reason, you were very stubborn with the mountain lion thing.
well, it was billed to me as a mountain lion. I thought it was a mountain lion. And plus, I'm very defensive about it because then the argument turned into, Junior, and let me make sure I have this right. You don't think we have mountain lions around here?
No. You tried to turn the
I'm
argument
asking you.
into, okay, well, this is more about whether there's mountain lions in the area.
I'm not saying it's more about it. I'm asking you because I don't know what your stance
Define
on that.
the area. Are you talking
Denton
about
County.
within a 1 mile radius of the Ticket Studios?
of course not.
There's no
That's-
mountain lions around here.
Denton County.
Are there some in Denton County?
Yes.
Maybe.
Okay.
But I think that it's going to be a little bit west of Fort Worth is where you're going to see the cutoff for mountain lions.
Okay. Well, you guys said enough already. Bring on an expert, and let's find out mountain lion, bobcat. And so we've brought on an expert. It's Kyle Allison, who is a game warden in Denton County. Hello,
A
Kyle.
gay warden.
A game warden.
Okay.
And by the way, it's 8:20 right now, not 8:40.
Yeah, this is a real person.
That's a real person. Hey, Kyle, how are you doing?
Man, it's another beautiful morning. How are you guys doing?
We're doing great. And yesterday I sent Kyle the same pictures that we showed last week of the mountain lion or bobcat sitting in a sitting position in a barn. And also I sent him the one, Gordo, of the picture of the head, the black and white picture of the head.
The
of
multiple pictures, the one that had like 10
Yeah.
pictures on it? Okay.
No, I just sent him one picture of the head. This is the only one I had.
Oh, okay.
Anyway.
Well, I will provide him with more evidence if he needs it.
So I sent these pictures yesterday to Kyle. And Kyle, as a game warden in Denton County, your ruling is what?
It is 100% a bobcat.
Okay.
Yes!
All right, there's Gordon. That's Gordon who's yelling in the background, Kyle. Now, will you at least say this? That's a big bobcat, isn't it?
That is a good sized bobcat, yes, sir.
It's a good size one.
Biggest one
Okay.
you've ever seen, maybe? Maybe
Why are you trying to get out of this?
I'm just trying to
You're
get.
trying to lead him
I
here.
want to find out how big this bobcat is. Is that the biggest bobcat you've ever seen in Denton County?
I don't know if that's the biggest one we've ever seen.
What are you cheering about? How'd you get on Team Bobcat all of a sudden?
Because you're clearly trying to maneuver him,
I'm not
and he's
just
not
asking
taking
him
it.
questions.
I appreciate you standing your ground here, game warden.
All right, Kyle. So it is a bobcat. Now that's not that unusual for Denton County, and that goes down to Frisco, even Collin County. You get a lot of reports of bobcats in the area.
Absolutely. Bobcats are a very versatile animal. They can live in all kinds of different habitat. So we see them in the rural parts of the county, as well as they can survive and actually thrive in the suburban and even urban parts of the county. So it's not unusual to see them. And they don't need a lot of open space to survive in. So we have them all over North Texas.
And it's not too unusual for them to attack a dog or a cat, but for humans, you're pretty much okay if you encounter a bobcat, right?
That's one of the biggest concerns that we get with bobcats. Bobcat in Texas averages about 15 to 25 pounds. So they're really the size of about a small to medium-sized dog. You get a big male, you might get one up in that 30 to 35 pound range. Which
that's this one here. He's at least 40 pounds. This one, don't you think?
He's definitely one. I don't know if I'd go so far as the 40, but. But back to that original question about cats and dogs, that's one that we get a lot. Most of the time, if you have an inside-outside dog, it's not going to be as much of an issue. The big issue is these. Maybe the biggest concern we get is cats that get out and roam, and whenever they go out roaming around, they're usually looking for places with mice and rats and lizards and other things like that, which is also where things like bobcats and coyotes and other predators are. But in terms of people, no, you don't. That's not one that you really need to be concerned about. About the only issue we have about bobcats and people is if there's a den. In that case, it's mom protecting her young. And then once you get out of that area where she no longer feels like you're threatening that den or her kittens, then you're not going to have an issue with that cat.
Kyle, how long you been a game warden?
About 6.5 years.
And you're in Denton County, correct?
Yes, sir.
And how many mountain lions have you personally seen in Denton County?
Well, it just so happens that I grew up in Denton County, and I have seen one.
One. And which zoo is this at? Hold on, let's get the name of the zoo.
It was not at the zoo.
The zoo would just be Denton County in general.
That's right. Crazy things happen in Denton County. So where did you see your mountain lion?
This was up in the Aubrey area. Grew up there with the high school there. We'd seen tracks and heard reports, and I happened to be out one day and had one walk through the field behind me. I was like, whoa, that's a big cat. We do have them in the area. They're very elusive. Most sightings are kind of like Bigfoot. Everyone's seen one. They're usually out of focus, blurry pictures. And when we investigate, it usually turns out to be a large dog, like a golden retriever or a big bobcat or something like that.
Now, let me ask you this, though, Kyle. When you saw this, you were not a game warden, correct?
Correct.
He is not on trial here. He knows what a mountain lion looks like.
And how old were you when you saw this? In high school?
18, 19 years old, somewhere in that range.
He knew what he was.
Interesting.
His eyesight was great.
His frontal lobe wasn't.
His frontal lobe was not fully
but
developed.
his eyesight was great.
And Kyle, let me ask you this: did you ever drink, let's say, beer in high school?
I did not.
Okay, all right. So whiskey. We're talking about heavier stuff now.
No. Don't do that to Kyle.
I was actually a good boy.
Yeah, don't do that to Kyle.
So you were not drinking when you saw this mountain lion?
No, I was not.
Okay.
Okay, so have you seen some legitimate pictures, though, that you think are legitimate reports of mountain lions in Denton County?
Of those, I have not seen them. We've heard a couple of reports about them. They are there, but I have not seen any verifiable evidence that this is a bona fide mountain lion.
It's because they're so elusive, right? They're very elusive.
Hey, you know what? And in terms of evidence, I went to texas.gov.
Oh, that sounds like a boring
I'm sure
website.
Kyle is on this site all the time, the Parks and Wildlife site. And they keep track of Texas mountain lion mortalities, and they say that's a good way to judge where mountain lions live. Not sketchy live sightings, but if you find a mountain lion dead.
Right.
And there has never been one found in Denton County.
They're faster in Denton County.
Or Dallas County or Tarrant County. But, yeah, all the counties down along the border from El Paso all the way down to Brownsville, they've been found there. That looks like their habitat, right, Kyle?
That's definitely where we see more of the cats. And a big part of that is that's a much smaller population density. So we have a handful of cats up here, but one thing to keep in mind is that when you're talking about how elusive these animals are, male bobcats, and I think you also find that on the Parks and Wildlife website, I'm sorry, not bobcats, mountain lions, they have a range between 80 and 200 square miles.
Mm-hmm.
And so you have one male controlling that territory, and females are between 20 and 100 square miles. They're regularly on the move. But that was also a great way to confirm it. Trail cams have come a long way since then, where we can get a verified picture on this time, this date. That is a mountain lion. And that's one of the things we ask the public for help for in terms of mountain lions are non-game animal. So the only legal requirement to harvest one is to possess a valid Texas hunting license. And we ask people to let us know if they harvest one, just so we can collect that kind of data, because we do have a hard time tracking that, and getting verified information can be challenging at times.
But Kyle, wouldn't you say that as you mentioned, trail cams have come so far in their technology and proliferation? There are tons more game trail cameras now than there were, let's say, 10 years ago, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
And those things proliferating all over Denton County, and yet none of them have credibly captured a mountain lion. Do you find that strange in any way, Kyle?
Now, you talked about getting a lead earlier. I'm starting to feel a tug on the reins on this one. That is certainly a good observation, that while they are there, they are rare. So if you see one, you consider yourself lucky. It's just kind of one of those matter of time before one does pop up and someone sees one. But you're absolutely right. We have a lot of cameras in the county, and to my knowledge, we haven't had any verified mountain lion.
Yes.
Thank you, Kyle, for your testimony today.
All right, Kyle, thanks for clearing all this up for us. We appreciate it.
Well, okay, one more thing. We were talking about cameras there. So one of the big things, and I'm glad the pictures you sent me are the ones that you did, because you sent two very good examples of what a lot of times we see when someone says, hey, we saw this in our neighborhood, what is it? And there are a couple features there about bobcats versus mountain lions. So bobcats, if you look at some of those pictures, have tufted ears, real fluffy faces, and the spots sometimes get washed out in those cameras. But if you look at the other one where you've got the cat sitting up, that is a a great example of how to kind of look with a trail cam, because you notice in the background you've got a couple hay bales that are stacked up. And those hay bales, are in that 12 to 14 inch range. So we're looking at 2 to 2.5 feet tall, which is about the average height of or average length of a bobcat. So if he's sitting down, he's about that tall. So when looking at a cat in a trail cam photo, it's always really handy if you can find some sort of point of reference. Or people say, I've got a mountain lion in my flower beds. Okay, well, how tall are your shrubs? Oh, they're about 18 inches. Well, how tall is the cat? It's about that tall. Okay, you've got a bobcat. So there's some great references there when you are looking at some of those photos to really determine whether it's a bobcat or a mountain lion.
Yeah, well, I would have sworn mountain lion, but
George is an idiot.
I guess I'm an idiot, Kyle.
Yes.
Either way, I wouldn't try to pet it.
There you go. Solid
I think we
advice.
all can agree on that.
Yes, we can all. Don't pet
And
a
with
bobcat.
that, I rest my case.
Whatever. Thanks, Kyle.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right, that was fun. We got to the bottom of it. Mountain lion or bobcat.
Sports Radio 1310, The Ticket.